Hi everyone and welcome. Hi everyone, this is me again, Racing Wolf, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, please don't forget to watch this video to the end, and if you like it, hit that like button and please subscribe, and also hit that bell so you will be always notified when my new video posted. If you're regular, thanks guys for supporting my channel. Guys, today I am visiting circuit which I haven't seen for 12 years. I mean, it's always been here, but I haven't been here for 12 years. I visited once 12 years ago with the drivers owners, and now I'm visiting it again, and here today happening Camberley Club Championship. So today guys, I want to go, of course I'm going to chat to the drivers, but also the main topic today will be stewards, racing stewards, what they're responsible for, and how all procedure happening here with the stewards, how the decision about penalties, disqualifications, about everything, how these decisions made. I've been invited by Michael Headington, and now I'm going to find him and we will make a small tour. He will explain us how everything started at the beginning of the race day, of the championship day, and then I'll chat to various stewards, and we're gonna ask them about the rules and how everything happening. So yeah guys, today oh yeah, and also guys, I'm going to speak with the drivers about racing line around Camberley circuit, karting circuit, because I've never done racing line around this circuit. So it's going to be another video for my project Line King. We always, on the new circuits, we're gonna touch that project Line King. We're always gonna do that. So guys, yeah, Camberley, Line King, and stewards. How everything happening and why everything happening. So let's go, let's find out this information guys. Right guys, so I moved down to the pit lane. Just over there on your right is the paddock where all the drivers parking their cars and go-karts, and over here we have a pit lane, and here he is. I can see Michael. Hiya. Hello, mate. Michael, I am with the viewers now. Lovely. Can we make a quick tour around this place, and can we start from the point where start the race day? Yeah, where the stewards start the race day. Right. Nice one. Cool.
Sign on point.
Yeah. So these green buildings, this is the sign-on point, yeah?
Yes.
Ah, okay, let's go.
Right. So all the drivers have to come here first of all. So this is the steward's office and the clerk of the course office, where if we need to talk to anyone or have any interviews, like what happened in Canada with Vettel and the steward's investigation, drivers come in here, they have an interview, they have a chat with the clerk.
Michael, and can I ask you the one question which I'm really interested to hear from the steward side, because you mentioned that situation between Vettel and Hamilton. Yeah. Yep. As a steward, what do you think about it? I know it's already old topic, but it's still interesting.
I think they're absolutely correct in what they did.
They correct what they did.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have done exactly the same.
5 seconds penalty.
I would have given him a penalty for rejoining the race unsafely. Yep.
I can't disagree with the steward. So everything what I have to do, just accept it.
Absolutely.
Now I'm gonna go around the circuit and talk to the different stewards, yeah, and
Okay.
ask them what they're doing.
Of course you can, yeah. There's one there now, there's Jeff there, and then there's one of the marshals as well, so...
Oh, Jeff, yeah,
Yeah,
we can.
Jeff.
I can speak with him about this championship, isn't it?
Yeah, he's chief clerk today, so yeah, he's the man to talk to.
Hi, Jeff.
Morning.
You don't mind if we walk and chat a little bit?
No, that's fine. Oh well, yeah, I'm just thinking head down and.
We
do
can
driver's briefing, yeah.
we can go, yeah.
Have a little time.
Jeff, can you quickly tell me what is your duties here at the Camberley circuit?
Right, I'm responsible for everything that happens here as clerk today. So that's marshals, scrutineers, and also any judicials that come along. Any problems like that come to the clerk. So the clerk is the overall responsibility for the circuit and what's happening.
So you're actually responsible for everything.
That's about it, yeah.
And during your day, how it starts and how it continues?
Well, as you've
your
seen,
duties.
I've been checking people signing on, been there, checked scrutineering, I've got everything they need. I've had a wander around the paddock. Next job is briefing.
Oh, you do the briefing, yeah?
Yep.
So what is the main points on the briefing?
Well, I'll let you listen to that when I do it in a moment.
Got it. That's it. I'm going to film it.
Yeah. So we'll do that, and then we'll hand over to the paddock marshal, who's walking this way, wherever he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
He's about somewhere. He'll take over the practice. So they've got to do a minimum of 3 laps of practice to be able to race. So they'll do that, and then we'll start racing. And he is responsible for making sure everyone's in the right place on the grid. He's responsible for letting them out when the starter is ready. All of those things. You'll find as the day goes on, you'll spot what people are doing specifically. But ultimately, it all comes back to the clerk.
Right, guys. So we spoke to the Jeff, who is responsible literally for everything. Now we move straight to the briefing, and after that I'm going to go around the circuit and also chat to the different stewards, and plus we're going to chat to the drivers about this championship as well.
Perfect.
Right, guys, so now I'm back into the pit lane area, and as you can see behind me, the racing drivers gathering, steward gathering. So now it's time for a briefing. So let's go and let's hear what the main points in the briefing, what is the briefing exactly about. Let's go, guys.
Right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. Good morning.
Those of you who decide to brave the weather and haven't gone away on holiday in the first week of the summer holidays, you'll find it much more enjoyable here anyway. Right, so usual reminders. Flags. Those of you who've never raced here before need to stay at the end, and Vince, who's wandering up this way now, will explain to you the vagaries of racing here compared with other places. But I hope those who've not raced here before walk round and they know where the marshal posts are, so they will check as they pass to make sure there aren't any flags out, because there's no point coming in and telling me you didn't see it, because I'm afraid that's no excuse. Starts. You know what's happening here. You need to get yourselves in the tram lines. If you're doing standing starts, you need to make sure that you're in the box. The pole sitter is the pace setter for the race. Don't start racing until the lights go out, please. And remember, no one wins on the first corner, but we see plenty of people lose up there, so be careful, please. And while we're on that subject, driving standards, remember this is a non-contact sport. It's made more difficult on a day like this when the surface is slippery, but it's up to you to make sure you don't make contact. White lines and curbs, you know what's yours and what's ours. Where there's a white line, that's the track limit. Where there's a curb, that's the track limit. You only need to put one wheel over the track limit to be exceeding it, so please don't do that. At the end of the race, when you exit the circuit, or particularly if you do it during the race, please make sure you slow down and put your hand up so that others know what you're doing. And don't frighten our scrutineers by coming in there too fast. Pit crew access. If you've got a cart off at the far end, take your trolley along the top, come in by the ambulance gate when it's safe to do so. Don't discuss what happened, get the thing off the circuit so we can carry on with our racing. because we've got no idea what the weather's going to do today, so the sooner we can finish the better. I say this every time and it still happens, but if you've got a problem with another driver out on the circuit, please do not deal with it yourself. Don't say anything to them. Come and speak to Vince or I or Mike, who's about somewhere behind me here, and we will try and sort it out for you. Can't guarantee we will, but almost certainly if you try to deal with it, you'll end up in trouble. Don't do it, please. Now, tyres are obviously a problem on a day like this. There is no particular wet surface at the moment. There's no standing water. So I'm going to leave the tyres as open for now. And the final thing, remember why we're all here. Us and you, we're here to enjoy ourselves. You in the office getting a penalty is neither enjoyable for you or, strangely enough, for us either. Okay, so it's down to you really. You're the drivers, you've got your hands on the wheel and your feet on the pedals. Do it sensibly, do it fairly, and do it safely, because Vince and I are here for those two reasons. One, that it's done safely, and two, that it's done fairly. Right, anybody who's not raced here before, you can stay here. Vince is there, drinking his coffee, he'll come and talk to you.
Okay, so everybody's new here today.
We practice loads, but never raced.
You practiced here? You practiced here? Oh dear. Not a problem. Okay. At least we got a smile at the start of the day, which is good. Right, dummy grids are here. Yeah, we got two. Trolleys must go down the bottom there, where that cart is. Also, if you need to start your cart for any reason, for no more than 10 seconds, that's also down there as well. Okay, so we'll start with the Bambino. You'll come on the dummy grid, the gate will open, Marshal will stand there and wave a green flag. You will then go out one at a time with 4-second intervals. Okay, for the others, same thing, grid up here. Have you all done track walks this morning? Yeah?
We've been here a million times.
So you know at the top end of the circuit there's that little, the concrete bit, you need to keep to the left. Start line, you know where the start line is, all the flags will come out from the start line, including the warnings, yeah? Once you see the checkered flag, slow down, and you come in through the top there. What we would like you to do is, as you come into the pitch, no matter when it is, please put your hand up. Always come into the scrutineering area slowly.
Perfect, thank you. Cheers.
Any questions, say come and find me. I will be around somewhere.
Great.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Enjoy yourself, don't get too wet,
Thank you.
and hopefully you can get a trophy at the end.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Right, guys, right now this is the pit lane, and I am next to the Harry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Harry, he is marshalling here, and of course, which event happening without marshals? It's impossible. Harry, how long you working here?
This is actually my second time here. Still getting used to everything, but yeah, I've raced here for about 4 years. So
Really?
yeah, I know it around here, but yeah.
Wow. And how you became the marshal? How's it happened?
So I actually live about 2 minutes away from the club.
Yeah.
And they sometimes need marshals, and it pays 30 quid a day. So I thought,
Ooh,
yeah.
So it's nice.
Yeah.
You still
So-
get paid.
yeah, exactly. So,
What is included in your duties today?
so I go out there, I wave flags for a day. I get free lunch, and at the end of the day, I get 30
You get
quid.
free lunch.
Yeah, I know.
Guys, 30 quid and free lunch.
Yeah.
I want to work here.
It's a good deal. It's a good deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So say something happens at the start-finish line.
Yeah.
So say something happens at the bus stop, but
Yes.
I'm doing the start-finish line.
Yeah.
The bus stop marshal would wave the flag instead of me. So yeah.
And
but
you
I'd-
wave the flag when the
I put the green flag after the yellow
Oh,
flag,
after.
just to tell them that it's all clear.
And when you use the yellow flag, when something happens at the turn one,
yeah.
and actually, tell me which flags we have, because I think I forgot a little bit.
So yeah, we got the red flag, which is racing stops, and everyone goes to a standstill.
In which cases usually red flags goes on?
In case someone has like a serious accident, or there is, say, everyone's on slick tyres and it starts chucking it down with rain, and it's not safe to race. So that's when they call the race off. Yeah. So,
then we have a yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the yellows. So if the yellow flag is waved, then it's immediate danger in that sector, right near the marshal post. But if it's standstill, it's in the next marshal post. There'll be immediate danger. So it's just giving everyone a heads up. So.
Correct.
Also, there's the blue flag, which if
overtaking.
If it stands still, then it's like you kind of have to let this guy through. But if they're waving it, they say you have to let him through. So, yeah.
And do you have a flag like a slippery surface? I think it's green and yellow. No.
It's the
green and yellow and red. Sorry.
It's the red and yellow stripes.
Red and yellow. So
sometimes a cart can leak water on the track, and that can create really slippery surface. Or if it starts raining in the middle of a race, that flag gets put out. So. Yeah, it's helpful. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't really work, but yeah, it's helpful sometimes. Yeah.
Right, this is driver signing on point, where all drivers have to come in and sign on first before they can race. But the signing on sheets here, every driver signs on here. It says that they are licensed, then they're insured, and they fully understand the rules that they're going to be racing to.
And here, everything happening with MSA license, yeah?
MSUK, yep, everything. What they do is they leave their licenses behind for the guys behind the counter, and if they're going to upgrade their license to moving up to another level, then they get it signed by the MSUK steward, as long as they've been good today. Through in there where we've already been is the stewards and clerk of the course office, where any disciplinary hearings are held. It's also the signing on point for the marshals and any other officials. So everyone goes in there and signs on before they go anywhere else. This is the dummy grid. There's 2 dummy grids here. All carts form up here. First one on the right is the first one we use. Then as they're getting ready to go out, carts form up on the second dummy grid. This is Rob, our starter.
Hi.
You're on the, smile for the telly. Timekeeper's office up there, so you're welcome to go and see the timekeepers and see what they do up there, but they look after all the timing, the lap scoring, and anything else to do with transponders, etc. on the carts.
Apollo 69.
Right, guys, so briefing done, and we still have a few minutes. Now I'm gonna walk up there where Michael said us, where the timekeepers, and we're gonna chat to these people. We're gonna find out what they're doing there and what's happening there in general at all. Let's go. Here we are. Hiya.
Hiya.
I already know this beautiful lady. Anne-Marie, yes?
Yes.
Right, guys, so this is Anne-Marie. She's a timekeeper, am I correct?
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Can you tell me what is responsible for timekeeper?
So my responsibility is to make sure that every cart, when they go across the start-finish line, picks up on the transponders, and each lap is recorded. And it's also, if there's any discrepancies, to go to a manual timekeeper. So we have what we call a manual lap scorer, and her or his job is to actually manually write every cart down that comes across this start finish line.
Wow.
And if my computer disagrees with that, then I'll go to the manual and double check it, and then issue the results on that, and let any scrutineers know if a lap record has been broken, just so that they can check carts if they need to.
If something goes wrong with the laptop system, you actually don't have the lap times then, isn't it?
No, we don't have the lap times, so then we will refer to 3 manual lap scorers, and then we will take the best results of all 3. So if 2 agree, we'll take the decision on 2, and we'll do it that way, and then we'll do manual points to find the grids. At the moment, the timing system does all the grids for you at the end of the day for the finals.
And is that kind of any like courses you have to take to become?
No, what they do is they ask that you have an avid interest in motorsports. Then you just find your local club, go along, see if they need a hand. You just ask what jobs are out there. Usually they call for more marshals than they do for timekeeping, but sometimes it's always nice to have a little backup. Then you'll start off for doing manual lap scoring if possible, just so that you know that if the system goes down, we can do that, because that is quite important. Might be a menial task, but it is an important task. And then you just ask to go for your timekeeper's license. You apply for your trainee timekeeper. You go along, and a timekeeper, you can shadow a timekeeper. They can let you see the system and play with the system while they oversee you doing it, and then they'll sign you off after every meeting, and then you just ask the club to put you forwards, and the timekeeper can sign you off, and then your mentor will come down and do the complete sign off, and you'll be able to have your license.
So literally, even when you're getting into the even through that year, you're already in the motorsport.
Yes. Yeah.
So guys, if you're interested in the motorsport, you already have one suggestion how to do that.
And timekeeping is really easy, because 95% of the time you are indoors, so you'll be dry, you'll be warm.
That's
which is why we like selling timekeeping, because you're not out there in the pouring rain or the wind, and you still get to watch some of the racing as well.
And you also have the best view.
Yes, that always goes. We always have the best view.
And thank you very much for all this information. We're gonna move forward, and for you, good luck today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Right, guys, we're gonna move to the next point. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
So, Michael, now we're on the circuit. And can you tell me about the procedure on the circuit with the stewards?
Yeah, with the clerk of the courses, what we do is we just watch the racing, because we've got marshals and observers that do a lot of that as well. We generally watch the racing. If there's some serious incident or something needs happening, or calling out like a yellow flag, full course yellow or something like that, then we tend to intervene and then join in, go and look at the incident and manage it from there.
Right, guys, as you can see right now, I am moved on to the start-finish position, and just here... Sorry, what's your name, sir?
It's Rob.
Sorry?
Robert.
Robert. So yeah, I'm just next to Robert. Robert, please, can you explain? You are start-finish, not marshal, but you are...
Start-finish, we just control the start and finish of the races.
Yeah. Can you quickly explain me, what is the duties on a start-finish?
What is the duties?
Well, I have to remember.
Yeah, true. Just to make sure that no one breaks formation before the start line. Make sure that everyone are in their grid positions before the start. And generally on the start, just make sure they all go off as they should do, whether it be a rolling start or a standing start. So we do both starts there.
Which category is the most difficult to control?
Honda Cadets.
Honda Cadets?
Honda Cadets.
Because they break up...
They're very, very eager to get going, to get racing.
Ooh.
Yeah, very exciting, the Honda Cadets.
The younger you are, the eager you are.
yeah, very good.
And must be interesting races as well.
Very, very, we have to really be on our A game, watching and working between the two of us. You know, working out who's in first place, who's in last place, watching out for accidents, curbing. Also, we do all the contact warnings, the weaving warnings from here as well.
All the boards.
Yeah, so we display that from there.
Got it. Thank you very much, Robert, for this
No
information, and good luck today. And I
you.
hope no crashes today.
It's all part of motorsport.
This is what it makes interesting.
That's it. That's why we watch it.
Not like Vettel and Hamilton. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
Right, guys. I'm quickly. I'm going to show you the warning boards, which is just here. Yes. Oh, and this one. Oh, look, guys, and this one we have a digital one, which shows the number, and it also shows the flag, which number given flag. And yeah, here as you can see we have a flags, and we have a marshal with whom we talk already. Okay, let's move forward, guys. Let's see. Let's chat to the other stewards and the drivers. Right, guys, so just now I am next to Kenny, yes? Kenny, listen, we are at Camberley Circuit, yeah, and in a few minutes we're going to do with you Racing Line, yeah? Listen, first of all, tell me, how long you racing?
2 years properly, but like, I think 3, almost 4 years in a kart.
So, at the moment you're racing in Miami?
Yeah.
And have you done any championships? Or are you doing it now?
I'm doing this. Well, I went in halfway through this championship.
At Camberley?
Yeah, at Camberley. There was only 2 people, so we went out of the Hondas to get experience overtaking. I do one at Forest Edge as well. I used to do one at Shennington, but we had really bad luck, so we stopped.
Oh, so you stopped.
Yeah.
Good, mate. Listen, interesting information, but let's carry on with the truck walk, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice one.
This is the start-finish line, and we're moving to the first corner behind me. This is basically where you start. That is not there when you do start, but we're gonna go to the racing line. I mean, the first corner now.
So, mate, we're approaching corner number 1. So, where we start the braking before the corner number 1?
Dry line. It depends how dry it is, but if it is really dry and you have enough grip, you can take this full speed around where. Well, when you start to see like around here, because you can see people have been turning in here.
So it's somewhere 5 meters before the marshal post we start turning in?
Yeah, around there.
Yeah, 5 or maybe I think it's 7 meters.
Yeah, sometimes you turn earlier. Like some people manage to like hit this curb, but usually you just clip the apex around here, and then you go out wide for this next corner. I think this is right the exit where you stop turning, so you can let the cart go through.
Do you use the braking before the second corner?
No, this is flat out.
Flat out as well?
Yeah. You can go wide, but that's usually on practice when you're warming up. But usually on the race, you want to go around here to keep your position. You have to turn in and hit this corner. As you come out, you'll be going really fast, so you can't really go out this way. So we come here. Here, you don't take this curb because you'll go straight over there. You have to go a little bit off to the side here, turn the cut, because you're going pretty fast because you stay flat out all the way here. And then you need to like take a lot of this curb, take like a massive chunk. You exit around here and you have to come around here. You have to get really close to it, down here. You'll be going very far out because you'll be going pretty fast, because you get very close here. Don't take this. Basically you go out here and to the middle, and then you have to like hit a lot of this curb. You hit that curb, you have to stay down here, because when you hit that curb you're going to be here, you're going to go near to the middle, but then you have to go around here. But if you come down here, you usually might need to tap the brakes or something, or like feather the brakes in the accelerator. In the dry you'll go over that curb, but you won't in the wet. If it's in the dry, you usually will come up here. You have to get really close here.
This is the heaviest braking corner?
Yeah, I think so, because we have the most speed into here, so you have to brake pretty heavily. I think you brake around here, somewhere here. I can't really remember because I'm usually focusing on the racing. I think it's down there. Okay. I can never remember this braking point. We're at the end of the curve or something, and you have to turn in. You have to try and make this as straight as possible. You could hit this curve if you want, or I don't. I get really close though. You have to come out here. You have to position your cart here, and you have to brake for this one around here-ish. Well, usually you brake and then you just slam on the accelerator. It depends where you are. If you're trying to make a move, go over this more, but if you're like going from someone, you usually go here onto the racing line. You should stay in the middle of this, then you have to come back here. Now we're at the last corner, just the last straight. So you go here, you want to take a little bit of this curve, but you want to aim for 16. You want your kart to be there on 16, right? And then you want to be here, and then you have to turn in. So they go around here, out over. I need to move these sticks. And then there you go out over. You want to go on this curb, run this curb. You have to go all the way out. Bye guys, it's been Kenneth Jeremy Cordell. This is the racing line for Miami's in the dry. You can use it as a general racing line if you want to just get the idea of this. But I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later.
Seven masters to the grid, please.
Right, guys, I'm now in the pit lane, and just next to me, what's your name, sir?
My name's Andy.
Andy.
Yeah.
Andy, can you tell me, pit lane steward, what is the duties? What your duties?
Yeah. My duty is to get everybody up on the grid, gridded in the right positions for their race.
So you're checking which number is after which number?
Yes. Yeah. So they're allotted a pit space here on the dummy grid, and then see them safely out onto the track.
And then all the positions, you have it on a list for every hit?
Yeah, we've got all the grid positions all gridded up, ready to go.
Here we go.
For the different positions and that on the grid. All the different classes as well.
How many classes we have today?
Today we're running 7 classes.
7
classes. Yeah, we start off with the 177 Masters, then the Junior Mini Max, Honda Cadets, Miami Cadets, Senior Max, the Bambinos, which are the really young ones. They're not actually racing; they're going against the clock, so they race individually.
Yeah.
And then the 125 Gearbox, which are for the older people, over 16 years of age. Go on into that. And we're running at the moment today 7 minutes plus 1 lap for the racing.
And for the finals?
For the finals, they don't get announced to the end of the day.
Oh, got it.
So
got
yeah.
It. Right, guys. So this was the information about the pit lane stewards and what they're doing at the pit lane. I've been marshal as well, but this was the copper circuit. But when you're getting on the circuits which doing the championships and professional races with the professional drivers, the information even more and more interesting and different rather than on copper circuits. Maybe one day. Well, maybe I'll definitely make a video about the copper circuits and about their rules and championships. Right, guys, I'm just next to the driver. What's your name?
Oliver.
Oliver.
Yeah.
Oliver, we at Camberley, yeah?
Yep.
And what's happening here today? Can you tell me?
Well, it's a race. It's my second race today, and.
Second?
Yeah.
Wow, where was the first?
Here.
Here as well?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So you are quite professional now.
Yeah.
Listen, and tell me about Camberley Circuit, because you've been here twice. Is it difficult circuit?
A little bit, but it is quite short, so you don't use a lot of that fuel. But
and you don't use a lot of brakes?
Yeah, mostly the corners are a bit brakey, but some are not that sharp. And yeah.
And what you've done before the Camberley, have you done any other circuits?
I've done Shennington,
yeah,
Wilton Mill, and Risington.
You using which go-kart? Honda Cadet?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you can say about Honda Cadet here around Camberley?
Well, they're quite quick, but I was suffering for grip. But in the first few laps, I was getting onto it. I did start getting more grip, so
It's of course because it's wet today.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the wet and on the dry, is it different racing lines around here?
Yeah, different racing lines for like the wet and the dry. Because like you don't want to take the racing line when it's wet because the rubber and rain makes it slippier.
So you go a bit wider?
Yeah. But some of the corners you have to take the racing line.
All right. And how quick you here on a dry? What do you know the lap times here for the cadets?
No.
What was your lap time, the best one?
I'm not really sure.
That's all right. That's all right. I don't remember my lap times as well because I'm racing for myself. You know. Oh, this place everywhere.
The really important place is Porky's snack bar.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need it today.
So this is the main pits area. It's where everything happens.
Is in the paddock area. There is someone who is responsible from stewards who is responsible for the paddock area.
Clerk of the course.
Clerk of course.
Clerk of the course. Yep. That's the traders van in there. Just for spares, anything breaks on the carts, the guys can just run over there and buy some bits and pieces and stuff.
Right, guys, I again in the paddock and just next to the Fusion Motorsport. I already chat to these guys on the different circuits. I think Colin Brown with you as well.
Exactly, yes, that's right.
What's your name, sir?
Ali.
Ali.
Yes.
Ali, can you tell me here today what's happening and why you here?
Well, we're here to get a signature for Saturday's race. There's a race here today for my son's license. We need to get up to a national A before Kart Masters, which is happening next week. So we're here today racing and off to Wilton Mill tomorrow for another race.
Wow!
Yes, yeah.
So that's why you have so mobile vehicle.
Yes, we have to, yeah, because the team's out in Germany racing at the moment, so I had to bring the kit here.
What is it happening in Germany?
In Wackersau, it's the Euros. Yeah, they're racing out there in the Euro.
Nice.
Yes.
That Fusion is quite big.
It is. It's a big team.
Yeah. And can you tell me how is the results? How is he doing today?
He's doing well. He's doing well. We just went out. I mean, the first time here. Obviously, we haven't tested here before. We were testing yesterday at Wilton, so it was his first time out on the circuit. It's not bad. You know, he's going well. Obviously, it's very wet, so just need to fine tune a few things. But I think it should be good.
And you, as a racing coach, can you tell me, Camberley circuit is that difficult circuit or it's a bit relaxing?
No, it's actually not too difficult. I think it's got a couple of challenging corners, the up and down, you know. But I think compared to what he's been racing in before, I think it's not so difficult. No.
Oh, got it. And you don't mind if I chat to your driver?
Of course, yes, for sure. You can have a.
Here we go. What's your name, mate?
Roman.
Roman.
Yeah.
Roman. Listen. How long are you racing?
About a few months.
A few months.
Or maybe.
And and how's it going? How are you feeling?
Good.
Confident
Fun.
with the car?
I really like racing.
Fun. This is the most important, to have a fun. Mate, what you can say about the Camberley circuit? I know that you've driven just the first practice session, yeah?
Yeah.
And what you can say about this circuit?
It's really like interesting and like how it goes through the trees and stuff.
Wow.
And like downhills.
Downhills?
And uphills.
Which is because you've done a few laps already, which is the part you can say is the most difficult here?
I think it's the one at the last corner.
The bus stop, yeah?
Yeah.
And where you feel more confident, where you feel like, oh yeah, I can go here quicker?
On the uphill bit at the back.
Where they're going around and then that one up the hill. Oh, nice one. And your opinion, Camberley circuit, is that a difficult circuit or it's more like you can a bit relax, calm down and drive quick?
Relax, calm
Relax,
down,
yeah.
drive quick, track.
Nice one, mate. Thanks a lot for all this information. Guys, good luck today and I'll see you around.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Right, guys, I'm back into the pit lane, just over there behind me. Senior Rotex ready for their heat number 2, I think 2, yeah. Yeah, so as you can see, the card number 11, which is just right here at the back, has stewards. The one of the stewards, he was checking the tires, and number 11 has a tire problems. Not the tire problems, but have a very low tread. So what's happening now? The driver still going out, but he will be disqualified after the race. Well, he actually knows that he's going to be disqualified, but he's going there to get as much track time as possible. Yeah. So I'll try to catch him over there at the circuit exit, and I'll try to chat with him about the situation and see what he thinks about it. Is that was a correct decision or it was wrong?
Okay, this is Parc Ferme, and this is where the scrutineering happens. Normally when the race starts and the practice starts, gates closed, and the only people that are allowed in there are people with a wristband, which will be one helper and a driver. And what's going on at the moment is the guys are scrutineering the carts, making sure that they're safe and ready to go out on race day. This is the weighbridge. All carts that come in, normally the top 3 finishes are weighed, make sure that they're legal. If they're not, then we have to have a little chat with them back over in the office where we've just been.
And how the cars can be legal and not legal, like
just weight-wise.
Oh, just weight-wise.
Just weights, yeah. So if they're underweight, then they get excluded from the race. If they're overweight, just makes them a little bit slower, that's all.
Sorry, no filming of officials, please.
Oh, sorry, no problems.
So what they're doing over there, they're doing the scrutineering. So he's doing all the safety checks on the carts, and then the rest of the people are all in the queue, and all they do is they just make sure everything's legal, everything's safe, and it's all right to go. No cart is allowed out on circuit without having a scrutineering check. When the carts come in, they're coming off the track here. Those guys will stop them here, and then they'll look at the nose cones and make sure the nose cones are all legal. And if they've had a collision, pushes the nose cone back. So yeah, when the carts come in, the carts are stopped here. The scrutineer will look at them, make sure the nose cones are in position. The nose cone has to be forward. If it's pushed back and it's been in a collision, the guys will get an automatic 5-second time penalty.
Let's go!
It's for checking the depth on the tyres.
Depth on the tyres?
Yeah, you know, like you do on cars, you've got a minimum tread depth for car tyres.
Yeah.
We've got that on these tyres as well. So the depth has to be 2 mil.
Oh.
And we check it with that.
And what's happening if it's wrong?
If it's wrong before they go out, they have to go and change the tyres before they go out.
Yeah.
But if it's okay when they go out, but it's not when they come in, we advise them that they need to change their tyres before they go out next time.
Is there any penalties, disqualifications, anything
No.
like this?
Not if they do what we ask. If they don't do what we ask, then yes, they'll be disqualified.
Got it.
9 times out of 10, they'll change them.
Got it. And what else are you checking in this area?
It's just the nose cones. If we get one that's been pushed in, we park them that side so we can keep them away from everyone else. And then we double check them.
And if it's his fault, then he will be...
If it's in, it's in. It doesn't matter whose fault it is.
Oh, it doesn't matter, yeah? It's rules, the rules.
Yeah, if the nose cones are pushed in, then it doesn't matter.
And what is the name of this area? How's it called?
This is Parc Ferme. It's like a
Parc
safe...
Ferme.
Yeah, it's a safe area. Once they come in, they sit here until we're ready for them to go out. And we can deal with anything.
This is where you're checking everything?
Yeah. All the scrutineers will check everything when they come in.
What's your name, sir?
I'm Vince.
Vince, thank you very much for all this information.
No worries.
I'm going to move to the other steward.
Yeah, I've got to go somewhere else now.
Thank you. Right, guys, so the senior mark, they finished the race, and unfortunately I hadn't chance to grab a word from number 11 because I don't know. I think he has to do a lot with the car, with the setups, because the tarmac getting drier and drier. But as you heard, what Stuart said, they're not penalised if they do as a steward says. So I think with the driver number 11, everything is fine, because he done what he's been told to do by stewards. So yeah, you see, not every situation finish with the penalties. Some situation finish with good decisions and positive decisions. Let's find drivers and chat a bit more to the drivers. Here we go. Sorry, what's your name?
Tom Davies.
Tom.
Yeah.
Listen, Tom. Today we are here at Camberley, yeah, and this is a Camberley Club Championship.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And can you tell me, do you have to be a Mercedes license for this championship?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, but you know, it's quite. It's not a particularly big circuit. This one. It's quite a small one. But yeah, you still got to have
I can see the paddock is very small as well.
But you still have to have a license. Yeah. So you know.
And can I ask you, how long are you racing?
I've been racing for about probably going on 10 years now. I started when I was really small, so you know.
Can you tell me, senior marks around the Camberley circuit, how the circuit on the dry and how's it on the wet?
In the dry, it's a very challenging track physically.
Oh, really?
Because it's so twisted. Well, it's like, because it's such a small track.
Yeah.
You're constantly turning right, but you're flat out as well, so you're at full speed.
So it's something kind of indoors.
Yeah.
On the dry.
So, but in the wet, it's still it's not as physically challenging, but it's tough to get the cart in the right place because there's only really one line round the track.
Yeah.
So the bit where you want to be on, you've been using in the dry, so there's no grip. So you have to sort of go around the outside, like you see it up the top over there.
Yes.
Everyone going really wide.
Yeah.
That's where the grip is. So
today I'm filming about stewards, what they're doing during the day. You know, how every procedure happens. Can you tell me how you think stewards and their decisions when something happening? You know, when they have a collision between two drivers and they have to make a decision. You know, like the situation Vettel and Hamilton in Canada.
Oh yeah, of course.
What do you think, like, how often mistakes happens?
Well, I mean, some of it, the mistakes, some of it they can't really do anything about. You know, like the drop down nose cone.
Yeah.
If it goes in, even if the other guy looks behind, slams the brakes on, there's nothing they can do because it's in the rule book. If it's in, that's all you can do.
Oh, so that's it. If the nose cone off, so you've got a penalty.
Yeah, but most of the time, the stewards, especially here, they're very, very fair with it. You know, normally they make the right decisions because you know it's not like you can't see it. You can see the whole track pretty much, so it's easy to make a decision correctly. It does happen though. It does happen from time to time. Mistakes happen, you know.
And you as a driver, you all the time stick to the steward's decision, or sometimes you want to appeal it?
Normally, I accept the decision, even if it's against me, because the MSA has quite a difficult process to appeal it. But sometimes I have appealed it once, and they did it all properly and everything.
Oh, really?
But they still stuck by their decision that I was in the wrong, and then I accepted it, moved on. You know.
And you know, I know, mate. It's an old question. It's already everyone answered it. What you think about the situation, Vettel and Hamilton in Canada? 5-second penalty.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't watch most of the race. I've seen the clip, and
from that clip, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a difficult one.
To judge.
Yeah, difficult to judge.
I agree with you. I
think, to be honest, the stewards they judge F1 all the time.
Yeah.
Their decision's probably going to be better than ours. So, you know, leave them.
Okay, and then final question. You don't watch Formula 1 because it's boring these days?
Well, I do watch the odd race. Like obviously, I watch Silverstone because it's our home one.
Yeah.
And I watch Spa and Monza, like the really exciting ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, over the last few years, it's gotten a bit more boring. I mean, recently with the new American ownership, big wide tyres and that, it's getting better. But you know, a few years before, when it was just the same thing every lap, no overtaking, everyone just, it was boring. But yeah, I'm watching it more often now than I was.
2 clerk of the courses on duty. Normally I have 2 on duty per day. One of the clerk of the courses will look after what goes on in the office, so the judicial stuff, talking to the drivers, any disciplinary stuff that needs to happen. The second clerk of the course looks after what goes out on the circuit, so any racing incidences, red flags, yellow flags need calling. He's the guy who's looking after that. How we are today, we're short one scrutineer, so we're just having one of the clerks in the scrutineering bay, and he's going to watch some of the circuit and do the scrutineer at the same time. I'm probationary, so I'm still learning, so I get to do a bit of everything.
What's your name, sir?
Jason.
Sorry?
Jason.
Jason. Jason, first of all, let me know what's happening here today.
Well, we turned up to race, had a dry setup, and it's raining today.
You had a dry setup?
Yeah, so we've had to change everything. So it looks like we're in for a wet race.
I think we already knew yesterday that it's going to be raining.
Yeah, some of us were hopeful that it wouldn't, though. Wishful thinking.
You know, it's always good to hope, yeah?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Listen, and anyway, you changed the setups to the wet?
Yeah, changed full setup to the wet. It should be wet all day, so hopefully all goes well.
Tell me about the Camberley circuit, because you're racing the Rotax Senior, yeah?
Senior Rotax, it's a club championship. This is round 5.
No, I mean, tell me about the Camberley circuit. How is that difficult circuit with the Rotaxes?
It's difficult in the wet. It's very slippery. It's fast track. So
yeah.
In the wet corners, you take fast, and there's very little grip. So
even on the wet, you take fast.
Yeah, it's fast circuit, so it's tricky in the wet.
But on the wet, is it more braking points rather than on the dry?
Yeah, you have to brake a lot earlier. Use a much wider line. There's more grip out wide. Totally different line in the wet. And
because I know that the first corner on the dry you can go flat out, isn't it?
Yeah, flat out through most of the corners around here in the dry. Yeah,
wow.
Tight line in the wet, totally different.
On a dry, physically the circuit should be hard because like you all the time have to steer.
It's very physical, this track, very demanding, because every corner sort of goes from one corner to another corner into another corner. There's no rest up, so you're constantly using all your upper body strength throughout the whole top half of the track. It's very demanding in the dry around here. And
because I know that I think where the most braking points, can you tell me?
Braking points at the end of the straight is very small braking point, just a flick into the
first corner, yeah?
Yeah. And then down the hill into this tight S section.
Yeah.
So you want to get your braking right there, otherwise someone will lunge up the inside of you. And then coming round to the bus stop, you don't want to be too early on the brakes there either, because someone will duck up the inside of you. And the rest of the track is pretty much flat out. You just got to make sure you're on the right line and keep it nailed.
What's your name, guys?
Ben.
Ben. And you?
Oliver.
Oliver. Guys, you looks like in one team, yeah?
Well, we would just say a friends team, so not a close battling team, just a friends team. You know, that we just friends team. I always call it that.
That's nice. Listen, guys. First question: how long you do racing?
I've been doing it 3 months, maybe. 3 months.
3 months. Yeah, and you?
After this year, when we go into August, I've been doing it for 1 year. So at the moment, we've been doing it for 12 months.
Oh, that's nice. And how's it going? How's the results so far?
Yeah, it's quite good.
You enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the lap time's getting better?
Not really. That I couldn't find enough grip in the track.
You mean today, yeah? Because it's wet.
Yeah.
Got it. And what about you?
I feel fine, yeah.
Yeah?
A few passes on the start, then got the inside, kart felt fine, and then so.
Are you both the same category?
Yes.
What category is that?
Honda Cadet.
Honda Cadet.
Yes.
And what do you think about these go-karts around the Camberley circuit?
It's quite crazy to go from like Bambino from 6, I think, or 5, up to like 60 or something. But these karts are quite fun and quick to drive. Something to get you active, through the weekend.
What you can say about the controlling these cars around Camberley?
It feels really good actually. And when you steer through all the corners, it's nice.
Is this circuit difficult?
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult.
A little bit difficult, yeah?
Yeah.
And have you done this circuit on a dry?
Dry, I have done it many times in the dry.
Yeah?
I prefer it in the dry more than the wets because setting changes.
How does it feels on the dry? What is the driving style?
The driving style in the dry is just very pointed, so it gets in the corner quite straight, and yeah, so not sliding all over like the wets. Yeah.
Nice one. Listen, guys, and you know what? Today I'm filming the circuit stewards. Yeah. I'm filming their job, what they're doing during the day. Yeah. And you know, I have for you a question as for the racing drivers. Yeah. Have you seen the F1 situation between Lewis and Vettel? How do you think the stewards? Is that situation? Is that was correct decision to give a 5-second penalty?
For Vettel, I don't know. I think it's quite 50-50 to be fair.
50-50, yeah.
On the 5-second penalty in the side where he just got closed in, and Vettel, you know, Vettel has mirrors and he should just look in them and see that Hamilton is coming up.
And you, what you think about that situation? Have you seen that situation?
I say the same as Oliver.
Got it. So you're 50-50, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you been, because you're racing a bit longer, yeah? Have you been in that situations where stewards telling you that you did wrong and you know that you did right?
I did wrong when I spun in the bus stop. They awarded me a 5-second time penalty, and I thought that was the correct thing to get out my car and pull it out of the barriers and just, you know.
So you think that the best way is stick with the steward's decision and carry on your racing?
Because stewards have been doing it for probably more than 30 years, and they are the masters of karting. So yeah.
That's a good point. Guys, thanks for all the information which you gave me, and good luck today with your races.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Right, guys, that was really interesting and competitive hits. Unfortunately, I can't stay for finals. Just a second, I see Michael, so I'm gonna go and quickly have a word with him. Michael, really sorry, can't stay for longer because I have to shoot to the Manchester all the way.
No worries, mate.
Liverpool. Listen, thanks a lot for inviting me. It was an amazing experience for me. Now I know more about stewards, how decision made, and I'll be honest with you, I think me and viewers, we understood more that this is not the decision which you're making from outside of the circuit. This is decision which you're making as a steward when you're inside. So I think it's really tough and hard to make a decision. So, you know, from my side, I understood one thing, that stewards, if they told, they right.
Yep.
This is how it should be, you know. But I still disagree between Vettel and Hamilton.
You never win that one.
Exactly. Michael, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for this experience, and I'll see you again on the next circuits.
Oh, mate, glad you enjoyed it.
Thanks a lot, mate.
See you later.
Nice one.
Pleasure, mate.
So guys, this is it. This is the end for me. They still have a finals, but I can't stay because I have to go all the way to Liverpool to Houghton karting circuit, where I'm gonna meet Jonathan, my friend Jonathan, and there we're going to film. See you guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, and there we're going to film. You know what? Next week you will see that. I'm gonna see it tomorrow. You will see it next week. So guys, see ya.